chat. Okay. And we're live. Happy Saturday, everybody. Well, no one's here yet, so happy Saturday if you are watching the VOD. I, again, need to put some googly eyes right here so that I look at the camera instead of in the other corner because I don't know. I'm still figuring all this stuff out. So, let's work on a variety of things tonight. You know, I think this would be better with some music. But I don't want to get copyright claimed. Oh well. Now we are making a basket for my classroom using Bernat Maker. I mean, I always want to call it Bernat Maker Home Deck, but it's Bernat Maker now. But this basket is being made from Bernat Maker, and I don't remember the color name. It's yellow. It's a yellow yarn. Hello. I'm doing good. Doing good. This week was interesting. I mean, every week so far has been interesting. But this one was really interesting because my town got absolutely smacked by a really bad thunderstorm, and there are people that still don't have any electricity. I love to crochet too. Yeah, luckily, my house, we escaped unscathed. The power only went out for like 2 minutes. But 2 trees came down in my backyard. The other half of my neighborhood just got their power back last night. All this went down Tuesday night. I was in the middle of making dinner, and then all of a sudden, this storm came out of nowhere with hail and everything. And like one hailstone, I swear it left a crater in my backyard. I looked out at the minute and I just saw ball of ice. Kaboom. And then my job, I'm a teacher, my school, we had to run off of a generator the rest of the week, and we had no internet. And it was insane. Hi, hello, welcome to the live. You're crocheting a headband. That's nice. I like making headbands. But yeah, it's been a week weather-wise. And of course it's raining again. So the linemen have to stop what they're doing. So electricity coming back for people is probably going to be further delayed till about Monday. Making a beanie, that's nice. Pink and blue, I like that. Those are good colors together. Hi, welcome to the live. We are making a basket right now. Because I need new baskets for my classroom because the kids beat the other ones I made back in the beginning of the school year up. The blanket behind me, I have no idea because my grandmother crocheted it back in the 70s. And I was not alive then. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Yeah, that's my grandmother's creation. And she made it out of Red Heart Super Saver. Hi, welcome. So, anybody that wants to trash Red Heart, this was made in the 70s. It's still bright. It's still awesome. It's gone through the wash like 1,000 times. It's still intact. No ends have popped out. Say what you will about Red Heart Super Saver, it's... Well, right now, the longest... Oh my gosh, the longest project I ever worked... I mean, I have a blanket that I started 15 years ago, but I still haven't finished. It's just sitting in my room. Should probably do something about that. Right now, my longest project so far is a giant granny square blanket I've been making for my brother who's getting married in August. No, not August. October. Why did I think August? It's because that's when the new school year starts. And we're starting to think in terms of next school year now. Teacher life. And then I saw... When did I start crocheting? I started crocheting in 1999. I found a box full of my grandmother made this blanket, all her old crochet stuff, and I just started playing with it, and I figured it out from there. I currently teach infant toddler. I used to do pre-K, and then the pandemic happened, and I just couldn't keep up with the behavioral challenges anymore. So I switched to infant toddler. So the current range of age in my classroom, it goes from 6 weeks to 14 months. And we do a lot of language and motor skills and fun stuff like that. I know some people are like, you're not a real teacher, but yes, I am. I taught them how to use a spoon. I teach them where their feet are, and you need to know where your feet are before you can start learning the alphabet. So there. But yeah, next week will be I've been teaching for 7 years, going into my 8th year of teaching. But I made a bunch of baskets at the beginning of the school year last year. And I thought the bottom parts that I bought that I used were a lot sturdier than they were. And after a whole school year getting beat up by the babies, they finally started snapping. So I got new bottoms. I'm making new baskets out of the yarn that I reclaimed from the old ones that the babies beat up. Because the yarn is still good, it's just the bottom that's snapped. You say your dad has been teaching for 20 years. God love him. It's Sometimes I wonder how I've made it 7 without losing my mind. But if I air them, they won't rip. Well, the bases I had bought were wood. Hi, welcome to the live. The bases I bought were wood, so I couldn't iron them. The yarn was fine. The yarn part that I crocheted was fine. It was the bottoms that these little monsters broke apart. I got a wild bunch right now. They're hilarious. But they're like little tiny blenders with no lids. So I just picked the yarn out of the old baskets. I'm attaching it to new bases. And I got some new yarn to make extra baskets with because I got a bunch of brand new toys for them recently. But I need something to put it all in. And then I have other stuff I need to crochet tonight as well. So we're just gonna do that until I inevitably get too tired to continue, which will happen probably around 9 o'clock because I am old. Do I have a shop? Yes, I have a website. The link Nightbot probably put it in the chat. It's smallpinecrafts.square.site. I have a shop. I ship anywhere in the USA and outlying areas of the US. Don't have international shipping just yet. It's just not in the budget right now, but hopefully it will be soon. I can't remember the Nightbot command to make the link appear, but if you scroll through the chat, I see it just posted it. This is my side business and teaching is my day job. But I work at a school that doesn't do summer vacation, so no summer vacation for me. We just keep going. I'm in Pennsylvania. Where it is currently raining. Again. It's just been kind of raining nonstop here this spring. You used to live in Pennsylvania. I've been here my entire life. $30 minutes ago, you... Thought I was gonna sneeze for a second there. You're in New Jersey. That's where my mom's from. this is getting some good height to it. I think I'll probably be almost done with this one. Oh, I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. I swear, every year my allergies just get worse and worse. Getting old is no fun. Hi, welcome to the live. Alright, I would say this is probably almost done. I'll probably do a couple more rows, just get a bit of height, cinch it in a bit. And then this basket will be done. And we can decide what to work on next. So I have a lot of things that I need to get done. I don't have any plushie yarn. I don't like making plushies. I never really been into amigurumi. I much prefer like garments and household objects, like baskets and dishcloths and bags and stuff. I just never really got into the toy making or the 3D object. I don't even own any plushie yarn. I got rid of it all. I don't typically use anything thicker than a 5 weight. Yeah, this is about a 5. Well, the label claimed this was a 5 weight, but I don't think it actually is. It's a little thinner. I think the thickest yarn I have right now is this tube of Big Twist t-shirt yarn from Joann's. Rest in peace. Gonna miss Joann's. I remember going back there in the 90s with my grandma. I know my local Joann's is one of the smaller ones, so they're already permanently closed. And I just remember going at the start of the liquidation sale to get some stuff. And was talking to a staff member. And I mentioned, yeah, I used to come back here to this location in the 90s with my grandma. And she was like, oh, wow, that's before I was born. And I was like, ugh. Why are there adults younger than me? When did people start being younger than me? Yeah, Joann's is going out of business. Sad face. I mean, I've gone through a craft store closing before. No, I do not have children of my own. Oh gosh, I remember when AC Moore closed. I cried. I miss AC Moore so much. And not necessarily. There's a big difference between teaching and parenting. Big, massive difference. I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze. Allergies have been killing me this year. Probably doesn't help that I've taken up gardening, so I've been spending way more time outside than I usually do. I would say that's almost a good height. Might do, still got quite a bit of this left, so I might do just a few more rows, make it really tall and skinny. And then go from there. I really want to use up this yarn. I'm using Bernat Maker in, well, it's a yellow. I don't know the exact name, but it's a yellow. I keep wanting to call it Bernat Maker Home Deck because that's what it used to be called. And then they re-released it last year as Bernat Maker. But it's exactly the same. It's love chain spun, tubular yarns. Those are my favorite. I mean, the stitch definition, it's so nice. And it's very sturdy. Obviously, since it's been beaten up by toddlers and it still works right. I think, yeah, I have a lot left, but I think this is just going to be the last row because any higher it'll start collapsing in on itself. It's okay if you're not talking because you're crocheting. Half the time when I watch crochet lives, I'm not talking either. I'm just crocheting away as well. It feels like you're crocheting with someone else, which makes me much more productive for some reason. Well, it's called body doubling in the neurodivergence world, or parallel play. Right, gotta count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, whoop, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two. Hi, Aaliyah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thanks for coming to the live. Decrease. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do I have 3 left? I'm supposed to have 3 left, but glad you wouldn't miss it. Here we go. All right. Yeah, this every Saturday schedule is really working out so far. All right. I'll weave that in later. Basket is done. Long, skinny, but it stretches out so I can cram more stuff. Pretty yarn in the background. Thank you. Hirschner's, my favorite. One of my favorites. We'll say third favorite. Because my second favorite is Premier Basics. And my first favorite is my Ride or Die Red Heart Super Saver. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to ball up what's left of this. The cats are shedding like crazy. Oh, thank you for subscribing. The cats, they've just been shedding like monsters. Guinness was sitting on my lap earlier and I didn't have my glasses on and he flipped his tail into my eye and it still itches. I had to wash out the fur and it still itches so bad. So if it looks like I'm crying, I'm not. It's Guinness's fault. The black cat. He's off sleeping somewhere after hacking up hairballs all day because they're all shedding like monsters. I was telling Rocky because I was brushing him earlier and I said I was gonna spin his fur into yarn and make a sweater out of it. Because that's how much it felt like I was brushing off of him. It's that big fluffy tail of his. Should you make next? Let's see. You said you were a beginner. You made a headband. No, you were making a beanie. Another person in chat was making the headband. Should make a square. And then another square. And then sew them together. And then sew a bunch of squares together into something like a scarf or a sweater or something, or a blanket. Just lots of squares sewn together. All right, we're gonna put this one aside because I can't really make much else with this. We'll save it for something. I might give it to my friend who does amigurumi. And we're gonna make another basket. Cat sitting in a tree with bird was collecting fur to make it. Yeah, I think I've seen that before. All right, I've got a bunch of sizes here. Should I do big or little? I'm thinking big because I need a big basket for all the playing pretend toys. So I think I'm gonna do that. But the real question is green or floral? Green or floral? I'm really thinking floral. Soft lime. No. Sour lime. Floral. All right, we're going to do floral. Sour lime. Am I starting to not be able to see close up either? I already can't see more than like a foot in front of me. All right. T-shirt yarn. Let's go. I bought this yarn directly from a factory in China. Yeah, these are both t-shirt yarn. This one, I bought it from a Chinese website and it came to my house. I can't tell you anything much more about that, but it looks pretty. This I got from Joann's. Rest in peace. Sad face. This one was made in Vietnam. But yeah, they're both t-shirt yarn. Good for baskets. Very pretty. But I looked for floral t-shirt yarn because, well, I can't exactly share the name of my classroom for safety reasons. But it's floral. My classroom is very floral themed. So, what am I doing? I went completely the wrong way. There we go. Okay, now we're in business. Let's go. The holes in this are pretty small, but this hook is small for the yarn. So I'll probably go through with my 6.5 millimeter and then either go up to my 8 or my 7. Yeah, we need a trade group or something. What the heck was that? Oh. It's just my phone making noises again. But yeah. Makes me sad that Joann's is gone. Like I already went through this with AC Moore going out of business. Now I gotta go through this again with Joann's. I'm tired of things closing on me. This is really pretty. I heard Hirschner's is going to be carrying some of the big twist. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Found a big bin of unfinished projects. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no all caps messages to prevent spammers. I get weirdos in here sometimes. My auto mod has to be quite ruthless. It's okay. Blame the annoying people that are the reason why I had to make that filter in the first place. But yeah, I think I have a bin of unfinished projects in my garage. I got the patent for some of the big twist. Okay. They probably found the original factory it's made out of and are going to get it from there or something. Patent yarn. Oh, Lord. I don't know if you've ever seen me in Sarah's chat talking about my opinion of U.S. copyright laws, but that overrated rat should have been in the public domain. This is really, really nice. Crochet chicken wing. Yeah, this is what it looks like. But it's not a tube, it's like a very rolled up, thin piece of fabric. But it's very soft, it's not rough on my skin at all. It's not like a regular t-shirt texture, it's good stuff. Maple chickens. That's right, I gotta get a maple chicken or hold my nose and make a maple chicken. I don't like making amigurumi, but my future sister-in-law is obsessed with chickens. She loves them, she wants them, but unfortunately the town they just moved to does not allow people to have chickens. So her plan is to run for town council and make it so that people can have chickens. And I wholeheartedly believe in her ability to do that. So once my sister-in-law sets her mind to something, watch out. But she likes chickens. She's got a lot of chicken house decor. I really like this yarn. It's very silky soft. I'm sure it will absorb plenty of the disgusting baby drool because they are going to 100% chew on this when I bring it in for toy organization purposes. I think this will be the basket for all my like pretend play toys. Like the toy cell phones. And the toy hammers. And the toy food, though I might make a separate basket for the toy food. But yes, this will be for my dramatic play center. Because we have to overcomplicate everything. Can't just call it playing pretend. But yeah. Got a bunch of new kitchen toys for the babies like a week or so ago. And then they started breaking the old baskets I made. So I'm like, all right, it's spring, time for a classroom refresh. Especially after the week we've had, the power was out at work. We were running off a generator for most of the week because of the storm that came through. You know, some of the kids were there so late on Friday because they still hadn't gotten power back. I know, half of town is still out, and it's been almost a week. It's just one little 10-minute storm. I don't know how it caused that much damage, but it's called a bow echo, which is meteorologist talk for really bad storm. Okay, We are through the first row. Woohoo! This is really pretty. I really like how this is working up. I want to order more like 30 more of these. So we're gonna just get everything combobulated. I'm gonna switch to my bigger hook. Put my 7mm. Where is my 7mm? Where could it be? There it is. Found it. Now I'm just going to do a round of increases. To give the bottom some stretch because I want it to go out, kind of curve instead of that way. I am making a basket for toys for my classroom because the baby's nearing time for a refresh because they've destroyed a lot of stuff so far because babies are actually tiny blenders with no lids. This would go a lot faster, it's just this bottom is so big. Super messy, yes. Like you would not believe. Gosh, and I think the owner, like, made our caterer mad or something because Wednesday we were running off generator and we had spaghetti with red sauce for lunch and applesauce as the side dish. And the owner came by to see how we were all doing running off the generator, and I was like, did you forget to pay a bill or something? Because it's red sauce and applesauce. It's on the ceiling. I don't know how they got it on the ceiling, but it was on the ceiling. Like, what did you do to make the caterer mad? It's beyond messy city. It's a messy country. Messy continent. Messy planet. And the whole time, we were in silence because there was no internet. So we couldn't play background music, and we couldn't even play the radio because all the radio stations were offline. Knew I shouldn't have gotten rid of that CD player. Here we go. This is coming along very nicely. But this basket, it's probably not going to be, I'm probably not going to make it really high. It's going to be a lot shallower than the last one. Well, I couldn't because we have very, very high ceilings. Like, it's not standard ceiling height. It's like, it's up there. So I'm like, how? You messy, messy little gremlins, how did you get applesauce on the, like, It's got to be at least 15-foot ceiling. You are tiny babies. How are you able to throw something so far in the air when you don't even know where your feet are? Oh yes, they're very crafty. It's a factory knot. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Shh. We'll just trim off the excess, and it's like it never even happened. I have a jar that I keep all my yarn worms in, and then I give it to the older classrooms for arts and crafts. There, see? Can't even tell. Alright, though. Now I'm gonna frog this back because this is getting too ruffly. So instead of doing increases, we're gonna just go around like normal. Okay, and I gotta stop leaning. Could get yelled at by a physical therapist again. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, that's looking way better. I still feel like I need a bigger hook. I don't think 7mm is enough. It's not. We're going for an 8. My 8mm hook isn't in there. It is in my bag. Somewhere in here. I've got a cowl that I honestly need to frog because I want to switch to a 9mm hook. Okay. 8mm. Here's your behind the scenes look at me coming up with new designs. It's just back and forth frogging all day. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay. Way better. Yes, behind the scenes. Though you will not see the truly behind the scenes, where my hair is out. That's a no-no. You're not gonna see that. And I don't feel like getting restricted or anything, so you're also not gonna hear me and the copious amount of swear words I use when I'm designing stuff. Because yes, I'm a teacher, but I also have the mouth of a sailor. Managed to hold it in all day. And then I get home and it's just like... I am my mother's daughter. Which reminds me, Mother's Day is coming and I gotta come up with a craft to do with the kids. Oh yeah, this is much smoother sailing. Look how pretty that is. I love it. I love this yarn. Too bad if I want more of it, I gotta pay an insane import charge. Finger paint flower. We don't usually, mine are a little young to do any kind of finger painting just because they will immediately eat it. I learned that lesson the hard way. So, I mean, I could do the same craft I've done every year for the past 8 years. Because I usually do like footprint hearts, but my co-teacher this year is like, oh, let's do more. But I'm not one of those Pinterest activity teachers. Anything where I have to do more work than the kids, I don't do it. Because they don't really learn anything from that. And I'm bigger onto the process stuff, making sure they're actually learning when they're doing the art activity, as opposed to just making something cute. Which is why I always struggle with these big holiday things where we're supposed to make something for the parents, because they always want one of those cute Pinterest crafts. But that's just way too much extra work on my teaching team. Babies don't learn anything from it. So I usually just do like footprint hearts, and then I write I, heart, mom, and then I sign their name at the bottom. I mean, my opinion is always, if mom wants a really elaborate craft as a gift for Mother's Day, dad's available. If dad's available, he should be the one helping him do that kind of elaborate stuff. Dad's, if there isn't another parent available, okay, but they just don't learn anything from those Pinterest crafts, and I want them to learn something and also not eat the paint, because they will eat the paint if you get it anywhere near their hands. And those hands are fastest thing on earth. We tried 2 years ago, I tried doing like thumb fingerprint strings of light for Christmas. And I put the paint on the fingernail, and she wrenched her hand in the little fingertip, and she wrenched it out of my hand and ate the paint. So we're not doing that again. Because then I had to call parents and explain, yeah, your kid ate paint. So if there's ever paint involved, we just do their feet, because it's a little harder for them to get the foot to the mouth. They can still do it, but not at the speed of light. We'll probably do the footprint hearts again this year. I mean, I've never gotten a complaint from a parent about the footprint hearts. Every parent I've ever given that to has loved it. It's the other staff that haven't been there as long. They're just salty that I don't stress about these big holidays that I gotta make crafts for parents for. Well, I try not to stress it still. It's already hard enough getting 12 babies to make footprint hearts and getting them all to cooperate. And sometimes they just scrunch up their little toes right when you're about to make the footprint and it's just a blob. Hello. Yeah, babies are very uncooperative. But they're cute, so. Right. Took forever, but round 1 is done. Yeah, this is going to be a shallow basket instead of a really tall one like the other ones I made earlier. Go. Ugh, I love this yarn. Like, it's so soft for t-shirt yarn. Like, other t-shirt yarns I've used just tears my skin up, but this is really nice. It's very silky. Just gonna sit here and pet the yarn for a minute because I'm weird. See, I never really scrunched my toes because I did ballet for 13 years, so I always like I don't scrunch them, I bend them too much. Sometimes I walk on my toes, and the kids' physical therapist still see me and be like, "Stop doing that." I'm like, I'm an adult. Let me self-destruct in peace. Right. Slow going, but nice. It'd be easier if I was using the center pole, but I couldn't find it. And I'm lazy, so we're just gonna use the outer pole that's right there. It still feels really stiff. Maybe I should use a 9mm, but I'm committed. So jazz and tap. I always liked listening to the tap shoes when the tap dancers would do their part of the performance. Can you tell it's probably, well, let's see, is it after 8 o'clock yet? Because I'm starting to, yep, it's 8:30. Losing the ability to talk. But yeah, I always liked the sound of tap dancing. I always thought it was really cool. But I did ballet for 13 years. And then I hurt my back. And it got weirdly competitive, and the body shaming and the 2000s diet culture, and I was like not into that. So I liked my full fat sugared snacks. I didn't want the fat free, sugar free cookies. I wanted the real deal. Yeah, this will definitely be big enough to hold my dramatic play toys. One thing that's really good with the t-shirt yarn, it's not splitty. And this has really great stitch definition. I love it. And we just hit the 1 hour live mark. Woohoo! Probably go for another hour or so before I inevitably crash and fall asleep, because I've been up since, I actually slept in today. I didn't get up till 6:30. Normally I'm up at 5:30, even on weekends, because I am damaged. And the cats. Which I'm surprised they haven't made an appearance yet. They were all sleeping when I last checked in on them. It was nappy time. So they'll probably be absolutely insane at 3 o'clock this morning. Here we go. I'm super into these new product, maybe? Baskets? Don't know, they'd probably get squashed in the poly mailers. Could be a craft show exclusive. I don't know, I need to find a new source of t-shirt yarn. Because RIP Joann's. RIP importing directly from Chinese factories. Wonder if Amazon would have good t-shirt yarn. I don't know. I know Lion Brand has, well, there's Burnett Maker, but I know Lion Brand has the Lazy Days cover story Thick and Quick or whatever. That's a nice tubular yarn. Yeah, I don't usually get yarn on Amazon. I prefer to go direct to the company. or direct to the manufacturer. But I don't know where else to get t-shirt yarn that like is good. I mean, this one, I bought it from a Chinese website with a Visa gift card, and it came to my house, and it's really nice. But I don't feel like paying a $100 import charge, so look into making my own t-shirt yarn. I know some people do that. They use a magic knot to put all the scraps together, but I don't know. I mean, where would I get the fabric? Because Joann's is gone. And my local Michael's does not have a fabric section set up yet, and not even going to bother trying Walmart, because the last time I tried to buy fabric at Walmart was back when I was in high school, and we waited for a half hour for somebody to come to the cutting counter. We don't have any small local fabric shops, before anybody says that, because that's not a good market in my area. Not a lot of crafty people in my area, which is why my business tends to do really well locally. So I'm like the only one. I think there's 3 other crocheters that sell stuff in the craft fair circuit in my area. One of them is my best friend Farrell Fuzzy Crafts, who I've mentioned several times in my channel. She does amigurumi. Yeah, the other 3, one of which is my friend, they all do amigurumi. Whereas I'm pretty much traditional crochet only. I just don't like making plushies because I don't like the lack of stitch definition. I need something with really good stitch definition because I don't have a lot of feeling in my hands. So I can't feel for the stitches. Oh, there's a Zuzu. You never come down to be on camera, Zuzu. Caught her on camera last week during my last live. Thank you. My grandmother crocheted it. Many years ago. I like it. It's a very nice backdrop. It's huge. It's beyond a king size. There we go. Zuzu, where'd you go? Are you gonna come on camera? You've never come on camera before. Nope, she's walking away. She's very camera shy. Where's your brothers? Probably still sleeping. These cats. Like I was talking about earlier, they're shedding like absolute insanity. I was brushing all 3 of them earlier, and I was like, "You're domestic short hairs." I did. I said the dreaded word. Maybe she'll come back. She's not particularly cuddly anyway. Zuzu. Rocky and Guinness are the snugglers. Zuzu just prefers to sit next to you and be petted. She doesn't want to be on you. Whereas the boys would crawl inside my skin if they could. I know Guinness was a little guy when I was a teenager in my hoodie era. And all I'd ever wear were hoodies, and he would climb into the pouch in the front and then stick his little head out when he was a baby. And whenever I wear a hoodie, he'll still put his head in, try to climb in. I'm like, you're a grown man. You ain't gonna fit. Guinness had his moments. He was very hyper as a kitten, but then he'd hit the crash. And he'd sleep for hours. And now he's an old man that likes to just be chill. Though he will still chase a laser pointer like a baby. Welcome back. He's still very spry, but likes to chill. I've never had a very affectionate girl cat. They're always much more aloof. Whereas every boy cat I've ever had has just been a puddle of mush. I know there are mushy girl cats out there. One of my friends has a girl cat that's an absolute mush. But like, I've never had a mushy girl cat. Every girl cat I've ever had has been like insane. Or a wanted felon. I have 2 boy cats and a girl cat. Zuzu is the girl. That is camera shy. Whereas Rocky and Guinness think that this is their channel. And I just roll with it. I know in my vlog coming out next week, for about half of it, Guinness is just like all over me, and I'm just talking like normal because that's my life. I either have a cat or a baby climbing on me. Don't even faze me anymore. I'm just a mother possum. She's a strong, independent cat that doesn't need any people. Zuzu will be cuddly sometimes on her terms, but usually only with my dad. She's my dad's cat through and through. But like if I'm sleeping on the couch, she'll sit on my feet and hang out. I mean, she was getting really excited earlier. I was giving her a good brushing, and she likes to be brushed. She's just insane. And she smacks the boys around. Somebody is munching upstairs. Yes, boundaries now. I miss when Guinness, Rocky, and Zuzu were all babies and they would go into deep sleeps and like I could squish their little toe beans and they wouldn't wake up because they were so deeply asleep. I miss that. It's my favorite part of the cat baby stage. Is when they sleep. Hi, I am making a basket right now for my classroom. That's not a stitch, that's a slip stitch. And there we go. Hold that. Coming along very nicely, if I do say so myself. It's just going a lot slower than I thought it would. But it's fine. Because it looks very nice, very floral. And I mean, my classroom has a floral theme, so it fits. You cat, you just let me hold your ears while she was. I love it. Yeah, Guinness, I would squeeze his little paw and make the claws out, back, back. Little baby. Which one of you is up there munching? The people want to see you. Oh, it's Zuzu again. Or no, was that Rocky? I can't tell Rocky and Zuzu apart very well from a distance. The only difference is that Rocky has a big fluffy tail and Zuzu has a skinny little tail there. I keep hearing paws walking around upstairs. Zuzu again. I saw the tail. Just been grazing on the dry food on and off all day. Stitch definition on this is gorgeous. Look at that. Love it. Great basket yarn. Oh. Nice and stiff, but I think for the next one I might use a 9mm hook. This is starting to make my wrists hurt a bit. But we shall overcome. I'll just be sure to stretch before bed tonight. Yes, it is t-shirt yarn. It's very pretty, very floral. Love it. And it's so soft. It's softer than other t-shirt yarns I've worked with before. Go. Eye is itching again from Guinness whacked me in the face with his tail earlier, and he's shedding, so I just got an eye full of cat fur this morning. That was great. My shedding monsters. I think this is gonna make just one basket, but that's okay. If I run out of I still have this big thing of t-shirt yarn from Joann's, rest in peace. And if I run out of that, I have so much scrap yarn that I can double up. It's not even funny. It's not really. I have a scrap yarn problem I gotta deal with. That was one of my 2025 goals. My stash is fine. I mean, I have a large stash of yarn, but I have new yarn coming in at the same rate of old yarn being used and going out. So even though I have a very large yarn stash, it's fine. Scrap yarn. That's another beast entirely. So if I run out of t-shirt yarn, I'll just double that up and make a pretty basket out of that. Okay, why are you curving that way? I want you to curve this way, not that way. And yes, I talk to my yarn sometimes. I am insane. Boop, boop, boop. At least I know this basket will be very sturdy. Okay, I think I should have enough to, I think I'd say we're at almost the halfway point. So this has been 5 rows so far. So I think 5 more should make a pretty sufficient basket for pretend play toys. And then I have another large bottom like this. I'll probably do that one for blocks. And then I need one for music. And then I need one for my sensory bottles. Okay. Finished the 5th row. So I think about 5 more be good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That'll be a pretty decent height, and then I'll do a round of decrease. Yeah. Then I'll do a round of decreases. And it should be perfect from there. And then maybe if I have enough yarn, I'll add handles. Though I don't think I'm going to have enough yarn to add handles. Well, this is a pretty hefty skein. It's had way more in it than I thought it would. I like how it's nice and stiff too. We've hit the hour-and-a-half mark just about. Woohoo! Quick tea break. Remember to hydrate. Remember to hydrate, everybody. That's good. Take your meds if you need to take your meds. Check your laundry. Just remember my laundry. My phone's going off 1 second. Dude. I'm gonna have to mute that real quick because that's the family group chat and it's about to start popping off. No drama while I'm live streaming. I don't like having my phone on silent, even though I'm a millennial, because ADHD, I lose it all the time, and then I have to yell at the Alexa device to call it. And I still have a landline because I misplace my phone so much. I have to call myself. So if I randomly in the middle of this live start wondering where my phone is, just remind me it's right there. And remind me to turn it off. Turn the sound back on. Side mirror. Mine teleports. I swear to God, it teleports. Like, once I couldn't find it, it was on top of the fridge. I don't know how it got up there. I don't put things on top of the fridge. But there it was. Could have been my brother trying to prank me or something. I don't know. Brothers. It's vibrating. Oh. Right. Going on about. Okay. Alright, half-hour warning. I don't know what my mom is laughing about, but something funny on her tablet, I guess. There we go. Isn't this looking pretty great? It's giving pie pan. Something on her tablet's making her laugh. I'm tempted to go upstairs and find out what's making my mom laugh so hard. The Kentucky Derby? I think she's watching the Kentucky Derby. I don't know. Apparently it's a big day for horse people. I know, we had a Derby, yeah. The Kentucky Derby is today right now. Yeah, I went to go pick up Chinese food today because our usual restaurant, they weren't delivering, but they were doing pickup. And I went there and they had the Derby on and it was just absolutely packed, probably because so many people in my town still don't have electricity. And so many people in my town are not prepared for something like this, or they can't afford to be prepared for something like this. So all the restaurants in town that have generators or electricity are working overtime to keep everybody fed. So I went to go pick up Chinese food and it was slammed and they were all watching the Kentucky Derby, which I don't know horses. I hope they have fun. I don't know. What's so funny?
Oh, sorry. I was watching this clip of Ruth Buzzy. Passed away today.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's alright.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. They're just a wonder.
Look up Ruth Buzzy. She was an absolute genius.
Everybody go look up Ruth Buzzy. I guess that's what my mom's laughing about in the background.
So funny.
So yes, Kentucky, it was not the Derby, but the Derby is happening today. So congratulations to all horse people, I guess. I don't know, horses kind of scare me. Especially the ones on Assateague Island. They are mean.
God, she
Yeah, it's a rich people thing. I don't understand rich people things because I am not a rich people. Closest I've ever gotten to a horse was one stalking me outside my tent when I was camping on Assateague Island 11 years ago. So, no thank you. My wrists are starting to get really sore working with this yarn, but I don't want to stop because it's just so nice. Knitted a horse. Sounds interesting. I did not know you could, well, it would make sense if you could borrow somebody's horse. You know, for living in a major agricultural area, I sure do not have a lot of interaction with farm animals. Yeah, cats count. Good mousers. Mine wouldn't know what to do with a mouse. They would only want it served with a side of butter. Guinness used to be a great mouser when he was a little guy. We went up to our place in New York that was full of mice, and he was great at catching them. But that was 15 years ago. And he really just wanted to play with them. He'd catch them, release them, go back on the hunt. The first time he encountered a mouse, he hissed at it. He got so scared. And I think Rocky would want to be friends with the mouse. He wants to be friends with everybody. I have gone to an alpaca farm before, though. Up in New York. Went to an alpaca farm petting zoo. Birthday, and then caught another one the day after on April Fool's. One creature Guinness is great at hunting: flies. Once, one summer, a fly just floating around the kitchen, buzzing, being annoying, and then Guinness through the air, caught it midair. Flying leap. The mighty hunter, he caught the fly and ate it. Sky raisin. Used to catch crickets. That's great. I had a cat years ago that would eat spiders. Catch and eat spiders in the basement. He was a good boy. Spiders in my basement are quite freaky. Still have spiders in the basement. I hate going down there. I hate spiders. The crochet. That's great. I love it. Cat that catches crickets. That's good. That's a good one. Love it. And I love that her name is Blue. It's adorable. Two, three, four, five, six, 8. 2 more rows after this one. Can we make it? I think so. I mean, we're not quite playing Yarn Chicken yet. She's a special one. She sounds like it. Getting to that point. We're going to play a game called Double Chicken now. It's where we play Yarn Chicken and Will Gracie fall asleep on camera again chicken. Which happens more often than you think when I'm filming my vlogs. Because YouTube and teaching full time. Very hard. Oh gosh, in the YouTube studio there's an AI section, which I do not use because I watched 2001 A Space Odyssey way too young, and now anything artificial intelligence just scares the heck out of me. Like, I'm afraid of the Alexa, to be honest. Hal damaged me. But in the YouTube Creator Studio, there's an AI section where it'll give you suggestions and stuff. And I gotta figure out how to shut it off, because again, I watched 2001 A Space Odyssey way too young. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. And then when AI started being in the news, I was like, no! But in the AI section, like, it gives, like, suggested videos with, like, mocked up. It gives you mock-ups that, like, you could use. And one of it was how I balance my crochet business and teaching. And I can't use that video topic because it would just be, like, 3 seconds of me saying, I don't. Or espresso. That's honestly how I balance having a crochet business and teaching full-time year-round. I do not get summers off. Is just enough espresso to kill a horse. But yeah, no, I no like AI. I don't like it. Reminds me too much of Hal from 2001 Space Odyssey. I don't like it. So I think that's just most of my problem with AI, is that AI trauma from my childhood. Because, like, that was my first exposure to anything ever artificial intelligence, was this murderous computer that threw people out airlocks. So, yeah, I'm sure the AI can be used for good, but in the back of my mind, there's always Hal throwing people out airlocks. I remember when we first got an Alexa device when I was in college, and my dad asked it to open the pod bay doors, and it said, "I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that." And I crashed out. I crashed out. Lost my mind. It's funny. Yeah, and then I'm like, Dad, you want me to like get into this new technology, these voice assistants. And yet you bring up 2001 A Space Odyssey. Yeah. I have since accepted it. She who shall not be named, because she's just over there and she keeps lighting up every time I say her name. But it took me a while. And she don't even listen to me half the time. It takes me like 3 tries to get her to turn the lights on, when it would take less time to use the light switch. So I don't like it because we had that power outage a couple months ago that I mentioned in the one vlog where I pitched a tent in my living room for warmth. And then I was talking about how the power came back in the middle of the night, and every you-know-who in the house started screaming about being unable to connect to the Wi-Fi. Woke me out of a sound sleep. Thought I was being thrown out an airlock. But yeah, like half the time it don't even work. Though I do use her for math questions from time to time. Yeah, like, and everything she does, if the internet goes down, you can't do everything that she does. Can't turn my lights on because the internet's out. Light switch. So, yeah, I only use her to ask what the weather forecast is in the morning and math questions. Usually math questions. That's it. I mean, I disabled Siri on my phone years ago. I don't want to talk to robots. I don't trust them. Too many sci-fi movies when I was a kid. One, two, three, four, five, six, 8. We're still on row number 8? Good lord. definitely a big basket. But it's using up yarn, which is good because I honestly want to use all this up. I don't want any scraps of this, just because it's not like my other scraps that I can magic knot them together. And I know, like, yeah, I work in a school, but I've tried abandoning my art scraps, my yarn scraps in the supply room. And they made me take them back. Like, no, we don't need all this yarn. So, I gotta figure out what to do with the scraps. I think maybe I'll make scrappy beanies for charity when it comes closer to wintertime. Or mystery beanies on my website, mystery hats. I already have mystery hats on my website. What am I talking about? Nobody ever buys them. But most of my mystery hats are just like one random skein of yarn I had. I made a hat out of it. Not easy for me to replicate. But I don't want to do a limited edition thing, so I put it in a paper bag and market it as a mystery hat. But no one ever buys them online, but they're super popular at my craft shows. I just have a big bucket that I put a bunch of mystery hats in brown paper bags. And some of them I made with like good yarn. So really you're getting a steal. Really I sell some of them at a loss just because I want them to go away. But I haven't done any craft shows yet this year because I'm so busy getting ready for my brother's wedding. I don't have the time to request off work so I can do these craft shows because I still have a day job. And that's what keeps me insured with my health insurance. Because say what you will about the pay, the insurance is great. I already hit my deductible back in like March. And if you're not an American watching this, help. But I mean, the insurance at my job, it's good enough that even if I do go viral and start making money off of YouTube, I probably won't quit my day job. Ever. Just because the insurance is really good. And I love the babies. And I love teaching. Though it'll probably go from day job to weird hobby that provides health insurance. Or maybe in the future we'll finally get universal health care. Yeah, the security's nice. Steady paycheck. I mean, I'm not really making any money off of YouTube yet. I don't have enough subscribers or watch hours or anything. So like and subscribe, please. But I do have an affiliate link with Premiere. I do have my online website. I do my craft shows. I make enough that my crochet business, it just funds itself. I haven't really turned a huge profit. I'm not turning any profits here, but it funds itself. Usually I do profit around the holiday season, but I use that to buy Christmas presents. So just a side hustle from now. I would like to monetize on YouTube because teachers don't get paid very much. So, but I'm still mostly doing this just for fun. And because I've been crocheting for 26 years. And I had to start selling things because it's just piling up. And I've run out of people to offload stuff onto. So I had to start selling stuff. Okay, that pipe was making weird noises. I was getting worried there for a second. This basket is taking forever. And we just hit the 2-hour mark. We're still going. I've only yawned twice. I brought that one on myself. I've only yawned 3 times so far. I want to finish this before I go to bed. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. We're on row 9, so we'll finish this row. One more regular row, and then a row of decrease, and then it'll be done. Yes, I'm 6 minutes past my 30-minute warning. I've made it.
Can I have one of your Pop-Tarts?
Yes, you may have a Pop-Tart.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've done it, guys. I'm up past my bedtime.
Whee!
It is 9:37 and I am not dying.
Good Lord. Your brother's still in the air.
So, it will probably decline quite quickly, so let's get this done. Put it on toast for no more than 4 minutes.
Okay.
Otherwise, it turns into the inside of a volcano.
Okay. Thank you.
Turn off the dog. I don't have a dog. Guinness does that all the time, Aaliyah. It drives me insane. Just black cat jumping out of the dark.
Doing important black cat things.
Yes, doing important black cat things. Oh, gray with orange. Yeah, Guinness is a void. Orange spots, so she's got some orange cat mentality going on there. Right, one more regular row. And then one more row of decrease. And then this basket will be complete. And I'll probably fall asleep. Because I'm old. No thoughts, just vibes. I don't have a dog. And just to warn you, my Nightbot will put you in timeout if you repeat yourself too many times. The TikTok reference. I don't know TikTok references. I'm a confused millennial. Okay, here's how much yarn we have left for basically 2 more rows. So let the game of yarn and sleep chicken begin. Stop leaning. Need to get like a boppy pillow or a Volari or something. Fix my posture. Creaking joints. Dang, this is huge. What am I talking about? I haven't finished the round yarn in. Pop darts are done. To open a door with a handle. No thoughts, just vibes. Big orange cat energy.
Orange kitty cat?
Yes. Orange cats, they're supposedly very dumb. Don't hurt yourself.
Cans can't be that close to the envelope. You have to go downstairs.
Finally. Oh, I've been holding that one. That's been trying to come out all day. Try opening doors without handles. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been stuck since about noon in this. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm finally free. almost worried this is almost too big, but yeah, these allergies have got me in a chokehold this year. Yeah, at work it's just been a cacophony of me and the babies just sneezing and coughing and ugh. I hate springtime. Like, yes, it's pretty and everything, but you know what? The weather in the fall is exactly the same. All the bugs are dead where they belong, and there's no pollen, making me want to move to Antarctica or the moon. Alright, almost done with row 9, row 10. And the game of chicken continues. Skein check. It's so cute. Very dense too, like it's just tightly packed yarn in there. It's great. You know, I know I said I was gonna finish this row and do a thing of decreases, but I just don't think that's high enough. I think I'll throw one more row in and then another row of decreases, and then we'll be done. Just because I need just like tiniest bit more height to this to fit the toys in. Less pie plate, more basket. You know what I'm saying? Tea break. Thirsty. Come on. I am determined to finish this before I fall asleep or die trying. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do one more round of regular single crochet and then decrease. I think we have enough to do that. Put it right here so everyone can monitor the skein's progress. Let's go. In hindsight, making a large basket out of single crochets. Not the best idea. Not one of my better ideas, but I needed it stiff. face itches. Allergy season, allergy season. Yep, that adds just the perfect amount I need to really finish this off. We did it! Now we just gotta finish this round. And then do some decreases. And then I can go to sleep. Well, then I can put away my super low budget setup. And then go to sleep. And then just hope the cats let me sleep in tomorrow. Because it's what? It's 9:50. If this were a weeknight, I would have been in bed like an hour and a half ago. Just because I have to get up so early in the morning for work. It's ridiculous. I used to go out at this time. It's like, oh, it's 9:50. The night is young. Let's go do something. Let's go to Waffle House. Now I'm in my PJs by 7:30 and in bed by 8. If something starts anytime after 6 p.m., I don't go. Life comes at you so fast. Alright, almost done with this row. we're done with the main part. Whew. Yeah. Not a moment too soon. All right. Yeah, that added just perfect amount of height that I needed. Right. Row of decreases. Let's go. I have to do some math. No, I don't have to do some math. We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. Okay, we're gonna decrease. Three, 4, 5, 6. Just winging it because I'm tired and I have dyscalculia. 3, 4, 6. Decrease. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, Gracie, you can do it. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is lovely. Love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. Awesome. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is really rough on my shoulders. 1, 2. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost lost the skein there. 6. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. My winging it worked perfectly. We did it. It's done. Ta-da. My basket for toys. We won yarn chicken and sleep chicken. I am still awake. Barely, but I am. Let's cut this bad boy off. And we will leave that in tomorrow. Oh my goodness, why did I do this to myself? Alrighty. So we made this basket. And we made this little basket tonight so far. This one is really big. I can't even get the whole thing on camera. I crocheted them using these round bottoms I got off of another Chinese website, and they showed up at my house. So, I made 2 baskets for my classroom tonight. Talented, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have been live for 2.5 hours. It is entirely past my bedtime. Usually in bed by 8. It is now 10:04. So this is where we're going to have to end the live because I'm so sleepy right now. And I got to put all my live stuff away. So thank you so much for watching. If you've been here a while, if you're just joining, well, sorry, thanks. I think we're going to go with the every Saturday night around 6 or 7 Eastern Standard Time live for now. Watch. We'll have to go live like Friday next week. Bye, Aaliyah. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post something. I post a long form vlog every other Saturday. So next Saturday, I'll have a new vlog coming out. I go live on Saturdays. I have a website where you can buy things I crochet. smallpinecrafts.square.site. It is linked below in the description and is also linked in the chat. Good night, everybody. Now for the nightly. I can never remember how I turned this off. X. Stop. Okay. Good night, everybody.